But it looks to me that Robyn just has different rules and expectations for how she would like people to behave in her home. And surprisingly enough, we all have personalities and opinions, and we're not as easily controlled as she might prefer. Kody says it's annoying to everyone that Robyn has the least years of experience in this plural family, but she always speaks like she's the expert on all family matters. I'm not Kody, so I don't know, but I guess love makes you blind. Did Kody deceive her by hiding deep issues in the family? I don't think so. Looking back, all of our cards were on the table, and everything that you see on the camera is everything that was happening was a very accurate representation of the kind of family we had. So what Robyn was getting and what you guys are seeing is the same thing. There were like issues, but we were genuinely a very loving and happy family.
Hey friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Monday, March 10th. How is everyone? With Sister Wives on a hiatus, expected to return, I believe, in the end of April, early May, their current hiatus is due to the fact that TLC is now airing an 8-episode season of The Baldwins, starring Alec Baldwin and his wife, Hillary, and their children. And that is 8 episodes, which started on February 23rd. In the same time slot as the Sister Wives. So when that's up, the expectation is that Sister Wives will come back to their normal time slot to finish the rest of the season. Kody and Robyn's lavish spending and the fight over Coyote Pass will be front and center in this next half of the season. There will be a tell-all where they will be talking to Kody about some of the comments that he has made. There's going to be some discussions with Mary about the manipulation she endured at hands of Robyn, and sort of an awakening of Mary as she kind of unravels what she went through and how she is coming to realize Robyn being manipulative and lying to her about a lot of different things over the years. And Kody having to deal with sort of that fallout of all of these women finally telling the truth and Kody having a temper tantrum about it. We know that Suki, who will host the tell-all, which we will see in the second half of this season, will not ask any questions that will provoke Kody to walk off set. And we also know that if Suki doesn't toe the line, she will be fired. This was said and revealed by Mykelti, who recently in a Patreon stated that the reason why every other tell-all host has not returned is because of complaints from family members about questions that were asked. And once someone is deemed not safe, the network fires them, meaning any of the previous hosts will never come back. Suki has found a way to appease the family and still ask some questions, but Mykelti stated that you'll never get him to answer the hard-hitting questions, period, or else they'll get fired because TLC has to placate the talent. And we have to remember that this is a reality show, it's not journalism. There's been a lot of speculation about how all of this is going to tie up, what this means for the show moving forward. And what I can say is I don't know what the plans are for Sister Wives after this season. According to Mykelti, they are still filming, so there's going to be a season 20. Beyond a season 20, I have no clue what they will do. I don't know their contracts. The last I knew was that their contract was through season 20. We also know that the family has continued to further divide, with Janelle now living in North Carolina, purchasing a farm, building a house, Maddie building a house. Christine is in Utah. Christine has now purchased a second Airbnb, which she announced on Instagram over the weekend. So she has Airbnb that's in Moab, Utah, and then now she has a second one that she'll own in Hurricane in southern Utah. So both are available for rent. She says the new one will be available for rent in April, and it appears that Christine and David are utilizing their show money for investment purposes and putting it into property where they can make passive income in rental via Airbnb. It sounds like the Airbnb that she did in Moab is going well. And due to that, she's now opening a second one. So kudos to Christine for using money in investments and in homes versus frivolous things like doll clothes, like Robyn. I started this video with clips from Gwendolyn from a couple years ago. And the reason I did was because Gwendolyn spoke about 2 years ago the stuff that was happening in the family when it came to money. This was when Gwendolyn was responding to season 17, and she was doing it on her YouTube channel. For season 18, she did that on her Patreon. She no longer reacts to any Sister Wives content and has disconnected from this since the death of her brother Garrison. But when all of this fallout was happening, she became a lot more vocal about what was going on in the family. And there was criticisms at the time when the family was breaking up about fights about the money. And this was due to the fact because in season 17, one of the storylines was that Janelle needed a place to live. And there was like, Kody would not give her money. Kody wanted her to buy Christine's house, and she didn't want to buy Christine's house. Kody wanted her to keep the home in order for her to allow him to use the home. So basically using her for the credit. There was discussions about even then the down payments that Robyn was given for her home. And it was during this time that Gwendolyn was asked a question from her Patreon, which she then posted onto her YouTube, about Kody and Robyn and the money that is owed to Mary and Janelle. To be clear, the discussion about money being owed to Mary and Janelle has been an ongoing storyline for at least 3 seasons. And this is what she said.
Delayed on prioritizing the paying off of Coyote Pass land to punish Janelle, who was very eager to build, but displeased by him not enforcing the COVID rules with her kids. Maybe, honestly, that's a good point, because it doesn't seem like there was any other reason for him to delay building on the property or anything else. I feel like one of the most likely reasons could be that he was just doing it as a punishment to Janelle.
A common tactic used by men in polygamy is that they will punish wives that are not obedient. And if a wife is not obedient and cannot control her children and they are disobedient to the man, then the man will go out of his way not to do anything to help that woman. So for years, there's been speculation that half of the reason why Kody's doing this is because he can, and to punish them, and why he didn't help her build was to punish her. And why he delayed the payoff was to punish her. I do think part of it was to keep her there. I think Robyn and Kody have indicated this season that it's the only thing that they have left with them. And so they're using it as a way to keep them tied to them. But I do agree that it likely is partially due to the fact that he's punishing them. I think that he, again, as we spoke about last week, doesn't have to do anything. So he knows that he has the legal leg up in that case. The funding issue and the fraud that has been happening with Kody and Robyn hasn't been ignored or not seen by the kids. The kids are party to and have witnessed this for years and spoke about it a lot when Christine left Kody. One of the issues was that when the kids would go to Robyn's house or Kody would go do something with Robyn's kids, they would note that it was something that they had never done. Like if they were going to go to Disney World or go to Hawaii or whatever, or if they had ATVs or really expensive X, Y, and Z. It was stuff that those kids were getting that they were not getting. Kody was doing extra for those kids and not for all the other kids. And Gwendolyn has stated that Kody treated her and her siblings like they were the outcast and they were the others.
Your dad, Robyn, and her kids being able to joyfully come together with you, Beatrice, and the rest of your family to celebrate your wedding day. So my dad and Robyn and all those kids are invited, but I don't know if they'll want to come. It seems like we've kind of been like shunned from him. And I don't think he wants anything to do with the rest of us. I really hope they do come. I terribly miss my siblings. Pam says Robyn is going on and on about what your mom's divorce is taking away from her, not caring about your mom's pain or the rest of the family's pain. Do you think Robyn really wanted a family, or do you think she just wanted Kody and to be taken care of? At this point, honestly, it feels like sometimes her intentions were just self-preservation and to keep her kids safe and comfortable. And I would say that if that was her intention, she succeeded. Kayla Sparks says, my question, do you think you will ever reconnect with Kody Robyn and their children? I hope so much that I do. I miss my siblings so much, and I hate that I never get to see them, and anything is possible, and I really hope we get to.
So on the show this past season 19, Kody and Robyn were having a fight about the kids. And she was like, I want you to see the kids. You need to make up with them, blah, 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 blah. But the truth was, what Gwendolyn said was that Kody shunned them. He didn't want anything to do with them. Most of them had no relationship with Kody. And it was their choice because they didn't want to deal with Kody. And also, but Kody wanted nothing to do with them. But then also that Robyn was a huge instigator in the fact that their relationships with their dad didn't work. In this Q&A from this video, before I even showed that clip, she said that Robyn is primarily an instigator in a lot of the feuds that the kids have with their dad. She noted that she can't have a relationship with Robyn's kids without going through Robyn. So Christine actually can't mend her relationship with Robyn's kids, because in order for Robyn to let her kids have a relationship with Christine, Robyn would force Christine to make up with her. Otherwise, nobody gets to have a relationship with the kids. And Gwendolyn said it was the exact same way with her siblings. So the only way that Gwendolyn can have a relationship with Aurora, Brianna, or Dayton, or Solomon or Ari, who are her siblings, is by kissing Robyn's ass. And it has to go through Robyn to get to them. And they were invited to Gwendolyn's wedding. They were invited to Gwendolyn's engagement party. And on the show, Kody and Robyn went to the engagement party, said nothing about the kids. On her Patreon and on her YouTube, she said that the kids basically have been told that Gwendolyn's not a safe person to be around, and they don't get to have a relationship with her, which is disgusting. I mean, this is Robyn, who was crying this season saying that the kids need to have a relationship with their dad, and Kody needs to try more. So just remember all of that manipulation.
Born in the big family she fell in love with when she was courting Kody. Did Kody deceive her by hiding deep issues in the family? I don't think so. Looking back, all of our cards were on the table, and everything that you see on the camera is everything that was happening was a very accurate representation of the kind of family we had. So what Robyn was getting and what you guys are seeing is the same thing. There were like issues, but we were genuinely a very loving and happy family. So her disappointment is pretty valid. So those are big questions.
That clip is shared because this season, Robyn has been trying to claim that she was been deceived by Kody or the wives about the family, and that she's been trying to act like she missed something. Maybe she didn't see what happened. How could she have missed this? Did Kody lie? Did the wives lie? Did they keep things from her? How did she not know? And there, Gwendolyn says, we were who we were. We were not perfect, but we were relatively happy at the time, as happy as you can be, I guess, in polygamy. So Robyn acting like she was deceived, I don't think she's doing that because she actually believes she was deceived. I think Robyn's doing that as a way to escape her own accountability, to try to have a way out for Kody. In a lot of ways, I see a lot of Robyn's behavior like as though she's already planting the seeds for when she does leave Kody. And when she does, she will blame Kody for deceiving her about wanting to be polygamist, lying to her about the family, making promises to her that he couldn't commit or achieve. And that's how she'll use the justification she needs to leave. But Gwendolyn did also say that a lot of what Robyn does is about self-preservation, meaning she didn't join the family because she wanted plural wives. She joined the family because she wanted her kids taken care of. She wanted to be taken care of. So it's everything she does is in terms of getting what she needs and what she wants. And then on a different video, she responded to the claims of Kody and Robyn's lavish spending.
And that's Robyn's house. He hopes to stay around long enough to pay off Coyote Pass. Brought in a lot of income to the family over the years, so it's gross to see how Robyn didn't bring in much from Surprise Closet. Well, Janelle is living as cheaply as possible to save to build on her own home, and Robyn wearing $400 flip-flop. Can you shed any light on this? I did not know Robyn was wearing $400 flip-flops. That doesn't sound like her, though. She doesn't seem like excessive like that. But yeah, I agree. I think that my dad and Robyn have a terrible habit of spending very crazy and like not within their means at all. But also Janelle and Mary are like kind of similar to my mom in that they're not going to be like salty or petty and try to like take money from him, even though they totally deserve it because he's been spending all of their money on whatever. So probably not, but they'll probably be a lot better off now that they're no longer with him and they're no longer financially tied to him because you still make a lot of money separate.
So she was asking if Mary and Janelle will ever be more forward with Kody and Robyn and want the money that they deserve. And this was a couple years ago. This was before Coyote Pass was completely paid off. But there she said that Kody and Robyn have a habit of spending ridiculously outside of their means and using other people's money to fund their lifestyle. And that Kody has spent the other wives' money that they made on the show on himself and on Robyn. And that unlike Robyn and her spending, or like Kody and his spending, the other three just accepted what they got and didn't complain. And Christine was able to move on by making sure that her home was in her name. Kody was taken off the mortgage so that when she sold her house, Kody could not legally claim any access to it. She did not have a legal right to any of that equity. And that's why she was able to walk away so cleanly. It's also why when she walked away, she took her equity, handed over Coyote Pass to him because she wanted nothing to do with it. And now, why afterwards she's been able to find a way to be successful away from Kody. Like Gwendolyn said, is now that they're away from him, they have an opportunity to make their own money, and Kody can no longer use their money for himself. Everyone is getting paid more this season because of how long it is. And the hiatus that we're currently in is not that next April or May, in a month or two when the show comes back. It's not going to be season 20. It'll be the continuation of season 19. There was already 20 episodes that aired, which is more than some of all of the seasons previous. This is going to be on books the longest season they've had of any of their seasons. And that that says to you that they are making a lot more money than they used to be making. This also is why so many of them are spending money on property and buying things. It's partially part of the reason why I believe Kody and Robyn were able to qualify for such a large mortgage, because they have a couple now seasons of income that they can use of their own that shows this is how much we're making per month. This is how much we have to qualify. That's why they can get such big loans. But having debt doesn't mean you're wealthy. It just means you have big debt. So they're all making more money now. Yes, but there was a lot of money that was made previous, and a lot of these women wouldn't be in a much better position today had Kody and Robyn been fair. But Kody and Robyn are unlikely to be fair because of the current situation. But she admits, again, that Kody and Robyn were spending everyone else's money. And technically, I bet you if I saw contracts for this show, I bet you Cody's making more than everyone else, because Kody it's his contract, it's his show. This show doesn't exist without Kody. As much as all of us want to believe it's possible, it doesn't, because the one common denominator with all of these women is him. So it's his show. He's the lead, even though it doesn't seem like it, but he is technically the lead. He more than likely can negotiate. He gets paid more than everyone else. And as much as the other women are good additions, they're not the stars. Cody's the quote unquote star and his now wife. And they definitely owe the other women money. Gwendolyn at that time believed that they weren't doing anything because they weren't going to be petty. They just wanted to walk away and not complain, and that whole keep sweet. But I think now what you're seeing is that they've woken up. They're seeing that they can complain and it's right to complain, and they don't have to keep sweet. And yet there is still no lawsuit at Coyote Pass. But as noted, Kody and Robyn did fund their lavish lifestyle, expend excessively and outside of their means on the backs of everyone else. And all of this was called out 2 years before it became public on a show. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, and click the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.